How can you choose to be happy? That's what we're talking about today on Set to Love. Welcome.
You can live a life in flow where your deepest heart's desires become reality.
You are here to contribute through your essence, fall deeper in love with your life and the journey that you are on.
Take what works, ditch the rest, and always stay set to love.
Thank you for being a part of this community. We're all designed to live in flow. So let's go.
Let's go. Let's talk about choosing happy.
I love it. Good morning. How are you?
Doing good. Doing actually really good. It's a great day. Lots to be thankful for.
I'm so glad.
Yeah,
and
the more I stay in gratitude, the happier that I am.
Isn't it so true? And I love this topic. When I was thinking, what are we going to talk about today? This is just what came up. One, a friend of mine, her book is coming out and it's called Choose Happy. I was walking in TJ Maxx the other day and I saw this exact sign and it said Choose Happy in this really pretty cursive. So I took a picture of it and sent it to her. And then yesterday I was listening to a podcast and the gentleman who was on was talking about how happiness truly is a choice. And he broke it down into past, present, and future. And I thought that's something we should talk about on this show, is like how to choose happy and looking at it in those different chunks. Like, how can you be happy about your past and things that have happened there? How can you have peace and forgiveness and love and look at that with a happy lens? And then your present moment, how can you choose happy? And then thinking about your future. Are you excited about it? Are there things that you're like, you can't wait for? I think that's one way we could choose happy looking forward. But I wanted to talk about this with you and get your thoughts on whether you even think happiness is a choice, which I pretty much already know what your answer is going to be.
Well, first of all, I do have a workout shirt that's got pretty pink, Choose Happy. And it's funny when you see a reminder of just, even if you were to write it on a piece of paper or wear it on a shirt, Choose Happy, and you see that all the time, it really does make a difference. Believe it or not, if you repetitively see that and do it, I think happy is a choice. And I also think that what are your alternatives? Stay miserable, be grumpy, have conflict. I mean, your options, if you really weigh them, right, to simplify this question about, or not even a question, just telling people why you want to choose happy is because the alternative is not a good place. Yeah. So why wouldn't you? Why do we make it so difficult? So do you have an idea?
Well, I think a lot of times when I think about the past, I think about things that either we can't rectify or we don't rectify or we just hold on to. And so I think for me, at least, choosing the past, it means, or choosing happy when in relationship to the past, not hanging on to things. So that way I can really be focused on the present moment in the future. One, forgiveness, just realizing that we are all on our own journey. And I cannot even for 1 second truly fathom and understand someone else's life to the degree that they're making the choices that they make. And so if we give people space and room just to say, like, I don't know why they made that choice. Maybe it hurt you. Maybe it had nothing to do with you, regardless of where it falls on that spectrum. Just giving people the space to be on their own journey, make their own mistakes, and not carry that with you for so long, being able to really let it go. The gentleman I was listening to says, if you're holding on to something for longer than 18 months, something that's happened to you or some feelings you have around something that's older than 18 months, you really need to start figuring out how to let that go, because that's no longer living in the present moment and choosing happy. And so
I would think even with that, not to interrupt you, but I would think, like, let's just say, because we're both divorced. I mean, I don't look at my divorce now at how miserable things were and how sad it was. I look at it as, wow, I have 2 beautiful daughters and now we have a friendship. And, you can choose to look, there's always good. And even I think of when my sister died and how awful that was, and how when we were preparing, when I think of her funeral, I think of the whole family getting together, and doing hair and there were some really sentimental, amazing moments to celebrate my sister's life. And so you can hang on to how depressing that is. And I'm not making light of death, because no one could love their sister more than I did. But I try to look at that with a happy memory of all the great things I had in having a sister like her.
And
not
I think
that she's not here anymore.
Shelley, that truly is key to being able to have the past not weigh you down. And so then when you think about the present moment, when you're choosing happy, choosing joy, choosing to bring things into your life, I mean, I just think every day, this is my rule of thumb. Every day I think, am I doing at least one thing today just because I want to? Just because it brings me joy. And that could be something like hanging out with the kids or spending special time with them. That could be going on a walk. That could be eating carrot cake. I don't know, like something that just brings me joy today. And I think that's how we choose happy, is we're intentional about the activities that we participate in and who we participate with in life.
Wow. Well, it's so funny you would say that. And this is where our circumstances always, when I didn't know you were going to say this was our topic this morning. Like I said, we're spontaneous.
Yeah.
But I always read and have quotes of things that bring me energy that's positive. And this was the one I read today, and I have to share it.
Okay.
Whenever you remember at any time of day, I want you to say, I am joy. Say it 100 times a day if you'd like. Say it often, but say it very slowly, giving equal emphasis to each word. I am joy. Feel the meanings as you say them slowly, and experience the feeling of joy within you as you can. Building the feelings every single day, you will be better and better at it. Feel that joy inside. The more you react to outside circumstances in a positive way, you will change how you feel about outside circumstances. Is that just like,
it's so good.
Like, that was what and I literally did this. I just opened it up and I'm like, okay. And then this was our topic today. It just blows my mind.
I just love little synchronicities like that. We're just meant to be talking about this. Yes, it is absolutely a choice that we get to put that lens on. And for some of us, especially when you're in a really dark place, it's like just the tiniest sliver of joy is enough. Let that be enough.
Okay, but what do you think? Like, stop for a second. I want you to even just do it. Like, even if you close your eyes and say, I am joy. And when you can think really from your heart, what is joy? And try and get just a sliver of what joy feels like. And you do that over and over and over until when you close your eyes and you think of joy, you can quickly think of a happy place. I don't say those just as words. I really think that if we do this, it will change our lives.
You know what, Shelley?
Automatic.
Think about that negative voice, that negative self-talk. If that voice comes in and it says something mean to you and you just repeat, well, I am joy. Just repeat back to it. I am joy. I am joy. Just
the angel and the devil, and now here's the angel's going to be
on what you want to say, but I am joy. So I don't care.
But don't you, that's what I'm saying. Words can just be words when you read them. But that's why it emphasizes on saying it slow, really take it in. Sometimes people aren't even taking the time to just even listen to their own hearts or figure out what they're hurting about, to not be happy, to give themselves a chance to turn it around. Like, you've got to stop.
And Shelley, that brings me to the next point when I think about the different categories, right? Your past and your present and then your future. It's like, if you don't want to ruminate in those negative thoughts and you want to have a future that does have more joy, then what steps are you taking today? So that way tomorrow won't be this repetitive, sad struggle of a cycle. You know, I think planning things in your future, like you guys are going to Mexico in June. We're going to be going to Florida with the kids. So that gives me something to look forward to and to like, oh, just get excited around and start whenever something like challenging comes in. Oh yes, but I'm going to Florida soon. Like having those little things planned for you in the future that you can be excited about, whether it's a trip with someone, just spending time, whether it's a good book, you're going to read, or a show that you're going to be able to watch, or an activity.
Even if it's your exercise program, moving up on your weights and, or you're walking further than you were, because then you see yourself growing in any way, growing with forgiveness, growing with, your personal growth also. I don't know. I think I hope that they will take our advice this morning, because the alternative just is not, it's not even worth our time.
Joy. If anything, just take that away and practice saying that. And you're not just joy in this moment. You have always been joy. You've been joy from the moment you were born and until your very last breath, and probably even beyond. We are joy. Like, we are love. That is what we are as human beings. And when we can just remember that and embody that and let that shower out over our entire life from breath one to the last breath.
And you don't know what tomorrow is. You know, this is a little bit off topic, but I was watching my show Heartland that I love so much. And the girl in the show, trains horses, and there was an accident and she fell and she became blind. And all of her family rallied around her and, gave her love and support. And at one point, they didn't know if her blindness was going to be temporary because of whatever was wrong with her, or it could be for your life. So therefore, a few weeks, she didn't know. It's like, you don't know what's around the corner, is my point. You do not know and you need to be strong emotionally and start putting in this work now, because you may have harder times in front of you. And why not be prepared to have a good attitude for whatever life's going to bring you?
That's so true. I love that, Shelley. That's a perfect note to end on today. I feel like that message right there. I love you.
I love you.
I love our conversations. People, you can find us online at settolove.com. Our email is set2lovepodcast@gmail.com. We're here weekday mornings. I love you, best friend.
Love
You're the
you.
best.
Hit the bell
topic today. Thank you so much.
Bye. Hit the bell.